From the KBIA newsroom in Columbia, I'm Stan Jastrzebski. Hospitals across the Midwest are bracing for cuts to services and staff in the wake of funding changes created by President Donald Trump's budget bill. Side Effects Public Media's Ben Thorpe reports rural hospitals, many of which have already been financially struggling and are at risk of closure, could be most impacted.
Medicaid work requirements in the budget bill won't take effect until the end of 2026, but are expected to cut some 1 million people in the Midwest off of Medicaid. For hospitals that serve a large number of patients who are on Medicaid, those changes are likely to mean reductions in compensation and ultimately cuts to services or staff. Rob Micklin is the CEO of Good Samaritan Hospital in Vincennes, Indiana. He says people without coverage will still come into the hospital.
And we're going to treat them like they're any other payer. And then at the end of the day, we're going to not get paid to cover the cost of those that we take care of on a daily basis.
Micklin says services like birthing centers, where over half of patients are covered by Medicaid, are likely to be at risk, forcing pregnant women to drive further to access care. I'm Ben Thorpe.
The Missouri Supreme Court has ruled that both counties and their constituent cities cannot tax marijuana. In a 6-1 ruling Tuesday, justices codified that the amendment voters approved in 2022 legalizing marijuana and allowing a 3% sales tax only extends to a single taxing body per locality, not to both cities and counties simultaneously. The Missouri Independent reports the case grew from a challenge in St. Louis County, where both the county and the city of Florissant had imposed levies on pot. Now, only Florissant's 3% tax will remain. That's a win for a dispensary based there, which had filed the complaint and will now have to remit fewer taxes. Liberty Utilities, which provides electricity for more than half the state's counties, has begun a series of public hearings on a proposed 30% rate increase. Liberty's service area includes all 4 corners of the state, as well as mid-Missouri counties such as Cooper and Howard. At a Monday hearing in Joplin, the State Public Service Commission, which is tasked with adjudicating rate increase requests, took testimony from citizens, many of whom said the increase in electric prices would be unfair. Tammy Walker is deputy director of the Economic Security Corporation, which advocates for low-income residents of southwest Missouri. She says her clients can't afford Liberty's request.
Any rate increases for the economically disadvantaged and our most vulnerable populations, which are elderly and disabled households, is too much.
Liberty's requested the ability to raise customers' bills by an aggregate of about $150 million a year, though Public Service Commission staff have so far recommended allowing about $121 million in increases. And one University of Missouri researcher is beginning to examine the health of service dogs. Don Cherry's research focuses on identifying the strengths and skills of service dogs through behavioral observation and biological study.
So really just understanding the animals on a deeper level. Obviously, the welfare side, making sure that the humans and the animals are both benefiting physiologically.
Cherry hopes his work could help address the lack of service animals available by making it possible for more rescue dogs to be identified as candidates for training. I'm Stan Jastrzebski, KBIA News, Columbia.